Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while since Sabrina and I sat down and do a live video. We just got done driving for about 3 days. We're here in California, Monterey. Where are we?
Monterey.
Monterey. We're here at the Sea Otter Classic, working for Winnebago for the next 4 days. So if you'd like to come out, if you're in this area, come on out, check out the Sea Otter show. I'll be giving tours of some Winnebagos. We have a Vista, we have the new Revel, we have the new Echo on the Sprinter chassis.
In this area.
We also have the Pocket 36B and a Hike 100. I feel like I'm forgetting something. We have a lot of RVs out here. I think we have 6 RVs altogether. But yeah, we just figured, it's been a little while since we came on here live. We thought we would take some questions. If anybody has any questions about our recent Mexico trip. If you don't know, we just drove our RV into Mexico and we spent about 2 weeks, 14 days, 15 days driving around Mexico. It was a very interesting experience. We did that with the Fantasy RV Tour. And you know what? Everybody in Mexico, everybody says, well, not everybody in Mexico says this. Everybody in the U.S. always says, you got to be very careful when traveling in Mexico. And I'm sure that is very true, but it probably depends on where you're going. We spent our 15 days in Baja, Mexico, right around Ensenada. And then we drove about 500 miles south down into
Guerrero Negro.
Sabrina says it better than I do. And everybody was super friendly. All the locals were super friendly. As we're driving, they're waving to us. They're asking us to blow the horn. And these are full-grown adults. I mean, the kids are doing it too. You get out of the RV and people are very curious about the RV. My Spanish is not all that great, so I do my best to interact with everybody. But I mean, we had people, they wanted to climb up the ladder in the back of the RV to they just wanted to look at the roof. They were really interested. But I'll tell you, everybody was so excited to see us and so nice and just go out of their way to come over, introduce themselves, say hi to us. We're at a campground. You're going to hear some background noise every once in a while. But we are, like I said, we're at the Sea Otter Classic. You can see in the background out here, it is a really beautiful area. It's called the WeatherTech Raceway, and that's where all the races are going to be happening. They're expecting about 70,000 attendees.
That's a good word.
For a show like this. And this is a much bigger show than I would have ever expected. It's all about bicycling. It's all about cycling. Winnebago is one of the sponsors here at the show, and that's why we're here working the Winnebago booth for the next 4 days. And Shakar, I agree. I should be tipped.
I wasn't even sure you saw that.
I see everything.
Oh my gosh. Premium service. Do you know what I have to go through in this passenger seat while he's driving? It is very stressful.
I should be
There's
tipped.
no tip for premium service. Get out of here, Kenny.
And I did see somebody else came up and asked how we were doing. We're doing good. We're doing really good. We just drove for 3 days. And yeah, I'd say anytime that we take the RV out is a good day. Anytime we take the RV out and somebody wants to give me a tip for driving would be even a better day.
I think we got to start with, you're not paid to drive, so you're not getting tips, that's for sure.
Yeah, nobody's paying me to drive the RV, I guess. So Sabrina said, how am I going to get a tip? Well, I should at least make a tip then if nobody's paying me for the RV. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about this real quick too.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what this is about.
I'm scared. You will once I say this.
I'm a little bit scared, okay.
We're about to drive 900 miles out of our way because some of you may or may not know Sabrina's having some dental work done with her braces and things, and they forgot to put a rubber band on. So we were going to drive from here to Utah, but now we have to stop back in Arizona first, back home, so that she can go to the dentist and get a rubber band put on her braces. She didn't realize.
No, I didn't realize it should have been on there because I've had braces for 2 years and I check them when I leave. But this was a little more extensive this time when I was there. They took off some brackets, put on some new ones. I was laying in this chair head down for almost an hour. So when I got up, I was a little dizzy. So then when I looked in the mirror, I could barely see straight to even look and take the time I usually take to look. So then that night I noticed it. Kenny said, "Oh, it's probably fine. Don't worry about it. They know what they're doing."
I don't know anything about braces.
No, you don't. So then the next morning, I contacted the office. They asked me to take a picture, and they were like, "Yeah, no, you need to come back today." But I can't. So
Yeah.
next week it is.
Next week it is. Is the RV serviceable in Mexico? I would say it probably is, just because it's a gas RV. I don't remember seeing Ford while driving around.
I saw like just a Ford dealer, but
You
they have
did?
different vehicles, yeah.
Yeah, so we could probably bring it into Ford. We also saw a bunch of like auto zones and things like that.
I don't know if we could fit. That would be the thing.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't be able to fit in any of their service bays, but interesting story, something that happened. It'll be in the Winnebago blog that I'm writing about, but it didn't make it to our previous video where we did show you some of Mexico, is that somebody drove over a rock. The rock got caught on their exhaust. They have a diesel pusher, and banged up their exhaust and actually pulled their exhaust right out of their catalytic converter. And I will go back and say that this is the benefit of driving with like Fantasy RV Tours. There's 22 of us all together, and I carry a ridiculous amount of tools, including impact wrenches, Sawzall, and just all kinds of stuff. So with the tools that I had and with some help, we were able to cut off all the bad parts of his exhaust and remove it. We were able to get coat hangers, metal coat hangers, because he broke some of his hangers for his exhaust, and redo that. And then with a lot of oomph, we were able to force his exhaust back into his catalytic converter. I had an impact wrench. We were able to loosen up the brackets around the catalytic converter and then kind of put it back in place. But there were auto zones nearby. Like if we had to have, we could have gone and get some parts. Service-wise, I saw a lot of places. I saw a lot of places that was offering mechanical assistance. The issue you're going to run into, though, Shakar, is a language barrier. Sabrina speaks perfect Spanish.
It's not perfect.
It's perfect enough that she could communicate if we need to.
But I don't know any of the parts of a vehicle.
Well, I would have to tell you the part or describe it, and then you would have to describe it to them.
Okay.
But the problem would be, and not even that much, just for them to come out and look at it. I wouldn't be able to go in there and say, hey, I'm having an issue. Maybe with Google Translate, which I do use a lot, I could say, maybe I could type it into my phone with a Google Translate and then show it to a mechanic there. And then they could probably figure it out. I mean, we had one guy, he's in a fifth wheel. His, some type of pin broke. I'm telling you, these people are so friendly and so nice. Somebody came out of their house where this happened, where he broke this pin on his fifth wheel, with a welder and welded it for him and didn't even want anything in return. Like, everybody was just so super nice down there and so friendly. I will say, we probably feel safer because we are with a group, but I walked that one day all by myself.
All by myself, like you're 6 years old?
Yeah, I walked all by myself, and I was walking in areas that probably weren't considered like tourist areas anymore. And I went into the restaurants and did my best to communicate. I think as long as you try to communicate, they appreciate that. I think, and like I said, everywhere we went, we're greeted with smiles. And what can we do for you? We have one guy. I eat a lot of bananas. I probably eat 1 to 2 bananas a day.
Yeah,
and I was running low on bananas, and somehow this guy knew that I was running low bananas.
I told him.
He was like painting a fence at the campground. Oh, Sabrina told him
I asked him where we could get bananas from, and he told me where the store was. And then later he was just like, do you want me to get it for you? Because I said to him, I was like, how far is it from here? He's like, oh, about 4 or 5 blocks, make a right, make a left, by the church. And then there's a shop that has everything. And then we were getting ready to go to like a meeting with the group, and he was like, do you want me to go get it for you? And I was like, would you? That'd be so nice. And he left on his bike, went and got us 2 pounds of bananas. 2 kilos of bananas.
2 kilos of bananas. Yeah. Yeah. So super, the people are super nice. And I'm sure bad things happen.
Oh, bad things definitely happen.
Definitely happen. But I think, one of those things is that like we're nervous to cross into Mexico and stuff like that because of everything that you hear on the news. But once you get down there, you're like, it's not any scarier than it is here. It's just a language barrier. So, and then, you just don't know. Like, if I went back to Philly, I know where I should and shouldn't walk. When I'm walking in Mexico, I don't know what those areas are. There's no sign saying, oh, you know, turn around.
This is not the street you want to
This
be
is
on.
not the street for you, or something like that. You know, just like you're in any other like big city, you just got to like kind of be aware of your surroundings, look around, pay attention. I know you're not good at that.
No, I never said anything. Why you got to comment on that? People don't need to know that.
I think Shigar asked, did I get a tip for helping with the exhaust? Nope. Nobody gave me a tip for that one, but I did help somebody. We helped another RV get dug out of the sand. They got stuck in the sand because we did a lot of beach camping. They were in a diesel pusher, and when they were backing out off the beach, I think he just cut the wheel a little too much, and it kind of wedged a little bit, so the whole front end sank down. But I had a pretty good trick, because this has happened to me before, of where we put blocks under his jacks, and we were able to lift his RV up out of the sand with his jacks, and then we put more blocks under that wheel, and somebody had one of those Max Tracks.
Mm-hmm.
We put that under his back wheels, and we were able to get him out. And that guy actually bought every single person on that trip. The first round was on him. Like something like 24 drinks or something like that. Yeah, I don't know about a wealth, but I've been in a lot of,
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Shigar.
Awesome.
That's very nice of you to say. I mean, I'm sure there's times that I've run into predicaments that I can't get myself out of. It doesn't happen too often, though, I guess, and I do my best to help people. Sabrina would probably say that's almost a fault of mine, because there are times that I will want to stop and help people, and Sabrina's like, we don't know these people. We don't even know where we are. You don't know. They could be a trap.
There he goes, making me look terrible again.
I've been around for a little while. I think that's a good way to say things. You know, I'll be 50 years old this year.
That,
so
like, crashed into the rock or whatever while we were driving home the other day. Like, they crashed into that thing. Airbags were out. All these people were like getting out of the car, running it. I was like, that's an awful place to stop. You're gonna get rear-ended.
I know. And Sabrina drove around everybody and kept on going.
Listen, sir, there were already like 4 people going to help.
Hey, Denise. Hey, Ike.
Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. Safety first. There you go.
Safety is first. Safety first. And I think a lot of it is the same. I think a lot of it is the fact that I grew up in Philly. I feel like I am very cautious because of that. And I know there's a lot of bad things. I mean, I got held up by gunpoint walking home from high school. So I know there's bad things out there, but I do pay attention because of that. And I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character and situations.
No, just
Yeah, Ike, 50 years old, doesn't seem that bad to me, honestly. I think I had a more difficult time turning 40, because I remember when I turned 40 years old, my parents sent me a card. We were living in Virginia at the time. Sent me a card for my birthday, and I remember opening this card, or just like looking at it and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is my number. Like, this represents my age now, because when I hit 40, I didn't really feel 40. I do feel 50.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I do feel like a good 10 years has passed since that 40th birthday. Like, I feel like a lot has passed. A lot of time has passed. But I feel like that's part of the RVing, that we have had a lot of experience in these last 10 years because of RVing compared to my first 40 years. I don't know if that's really true, but we've seen a lot in the last 10 years. Bell's in the RV barking at anybody that rides by. And we're at the Otter Classic, which is a cycling event, and Bell does not like bicycles. So this should be pretty interesting.
Oh, that's horrible. That's so sad.
We seem to know a lot of people right now with cancer, getting cancer, some people recovering from cancer. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it seems to just get everybody.
It's pretty sad.
It is. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't even know what else to say about it other than it's terrible. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, Ike. So we are... I mean, I can see the track. I'm not sure if this would be considered a greenway. I think the greenway is probably where all the displays are being set up. Like the Winnebago booth will be down inside Don't you think that would be considered the
Probably,
greenway?
that would probably
I think
be it.
that's where the greenway is, where they're setting up all the vendors. Where is the booth for, I should know, what was it, L1?
I thought it was L195.
I don't even know if anybody
Look.
watching is in this area if you want to come by and see the races that are going on and check out the Winnebago booth. But we will be down there giving tours of all the Winnebagos. Well, all the Winnebagos that we have with us. Yeah, the grounds itself, the property, everything is really nice. See, we got a tree right here, but out the front windshield of our RV, we can actually see the raceway where these guys will be racing at. But I mean, just the mountains, everything. It's just a beautiful campground that they have here, actually. We were lucky. Sabrina and I we were expecting to just be dry camping. We didn't think that we would have any hookups.
Did you plug us in?
Yeah, we're plugged in. I know, it's tough to tell. You never know if we're plugged in or not.
And
but
Winnebago is L195, like I said.
okay, Winnebago's L195. Yeah, so we do have electric and water here, but they said don't drink. It's almost like we're back in Mexico. They said don't drink the water because it has arsenic. Not a threatening level, but a high enough level to make you sick, I guess.
Above the level that's recommended.
Yeah. You can shower with it, but don't drink it. Somebody had a question and I missed it. Do you have it on your screen maybe?
Oh, the wonders of lithium batteries.
Yeah, and that's why, because of the lithium batteries, it's hard for us to tell, and because our system is just like always on. Yeah,
Because I don't plug us in.
and because Sabrina just lives here. She doesn't actually do too much, I guess, except for the magnet
gosh,
shade.
it's getting worse. I didn't need to go that far. Jeez.
There's been times actually where we've been places, this happened a lot in Mexico, where the power at the campground would go out and people would stop by our RV and be like, is your power out? And we're like, ooh, not really sure, I don't know. This actually just happened at the FMCA convention too, where the power went out in our row. And I was coming out of the RV and somebody was like, oh, is the power out of your RV too? I was like, oh, I don't know, I have to check. And I got to bring up like an app on my phone to know if the power's out or not, because we don't notice a difference because of the lithium and the solar package. It's pretty instantaneous of how quickly it steps in. It doesn't even make the clock on the microwave flash. It's so fast.
Bug.
It's like a gnat. The great outdoors.
Oh my gosh. Let's go outside and do a video, he said.
The boat, oh, that's Mark. The boat ride was intense. So I think there was talk of them possibly not letting us go out on the water because the water that day was rough because of the winds, but they decided to let us go. And unfortunately, Sabrina got kind of queasy on it. She never threw up or anything, but she got to a point where she kind of just had to like kind of,
yeah, they were like, a couple people were like, oh, you don't look like you're enjoying yourself. Maybe you just need to look at the whales a little more. I was like, no, that is not the problem. I get motion sick in general. So I knew I was going to get motion sick, but I was like, it's kind of a once in a lifetime thing. So I still wanted to do it. So I took Dramamine before and tried all the things, and I still started to get motion sick. But I was glad I went out that first day, and then I stayed away from it the second day. I didn't want to test my luck because 2 other people on the trip threw up over the boat. So
yeah, it was rough waters, but I'd say it was definitely worth it. Being able to get that close to like the whales just being wild, and they were so curious of us. I mean, you stop the boat, you put it at idle, and they come right up to you, and they turn on their side, and they're looking at you with an eye like the size of a baseball, and they're so curious of us. They were so, again, they were friendly too. The whales were incredibly friendly, and that was something I was worried about, being out on that water like that in a small boat with creatures that are much larger than us.
creatures.
And they're weird. Like the fact, I said this before we even got on the water, I was like, I think it's weird, to me anyway, I think it's weird that whales need to breathe air and they live in the water. I said this, I was like, that would be like us. Like every, I don't know, 60 seconds, every 5 minutes, we would have to like stick our heads underwater and then we'd be able to pull them back out again. It's just a weird situation, I think, for them. Is there a question or anything? I saw a couple things
Ike
pop
had a
up.
statement. As long as the boat did not sink, you're good.
Nope,
I
we
was
were
on
all
a
good
dive
there.
trip to Mexico about 25 years ago, and one of the small dive boats sank while we were in the water scuba diving.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
That's terrible
That
too.
concerned me too. You know,
Really?
Kenny,
I didn't even think about it.
well, not the boat sinking, but us like overturning or something like that. And your statement was, well, I can swim and you can't, so I know I'll get away. Yeah, that's what he said.
I don't remember saying this. But I do remember standing a couple times because I was trying to get, good footage of the whales and stuff like that. And the rocking of the boat almost tossed me out a couple times where I was like stumbling. I had to sit back down and be like, I got to calm myself down. I was like, I apparently do not know how to stand up in a boat. Yeah. Some of the events that we are coming to, like I know this one was kind of short notice, but I will be at all 4 Overland Expos. So that's Flagstaff, Arizona, Redmond, Oregon, outside of Lynchburg, Virginia. I can't remember the exact name of
Arrington?
that town.
Is it Arrington?
Yeah, Arrington, Virginia, and Colorado is it's
Loveland.
Loveland. All nice areas. I'll also be at the Escapees event with Winnebago also. Kind of doing the same similar thing, giving tours of RVs. And the Escapees event is in Wyoming. So I don't have any of those dates, unfortunately. But if any of those dates sound familiar to you and that you're going to be out there, definitely stop by and say hi to me. I always like meeting people that I know from the channel or any of our social media. I like when I meet people in person and put faces to names. Like literally the only thing I'm going by is like little tiny profile pictures of you guys. So it's nice to actually see you in person, hear voices, and put all that together. The other thing is that Sabrina and I now have stickers.
Oh, yeah.
We got little logos that our niece made. I totally forgot. I meant to start with this. So it's like little moving forward adventure stickers. We're not selling them or anything like that. But if you do want one, go over to our Moving Forward Adventures Instagram account. There, you'll be able to find a post where Sabrina's holding up a sticker. In that post, write that you would want one in there, and then I can direct message you. I know it's kind of convoluted, but I can direct message you from there and get your address privately. There's no way for me to do that on YouTube. I can't get your information privately through YouTube. I can only get it privately through Instagram. So you don't even have to follow us on Instagram. Just go to Moving Forward Adventures Instagram, find that post, write a comment, and then once you write a comment, I'm able to send you a private message asking for your address, and I'll send you out a Moving Forward Adventures sticker, which I do not even have on me to show you. I take that back.
Oh my goodness. This camera, where's he
I know,
pointing
sorry.
this camera?
Sorry for whatever view you guys just saw. So these are our new Moving Forward Adventure stickers. Our niece, Amira, she was able to design this for us, you guys. And she did the colors, the artwork, just everything. And then we had Sticker Mule make them. So like I said, we don't want to charge you guys for stickers or anything like that. But if anybody's interested in a sticker, you can either see us live at a show. We'll also be at the Winnebago Rally in July. Or if you go over to our Moving Forward Adventures Instagram, then I'll be able to get your address from there and just mail you one. I think Shigar got one. I did mail him one. I think I remember him saying that it did come in. I think he sent me a picture of it and everything. Oh, he posted it on Instagram, actually. That's right. So they're fun little stickers. We're really happy with the way they turned out, especially if you guys would have seen like
There was a design process to these. There definitely was a design process. There was a few edits.
Yeah.
Because I needed to, a couple things. I had needed to thin Belle up so she didn't look like, Pitbull. And a few edits. And I personally am a picky person. Everybody knows that. Well, most people know that. Yeah, so some of the requirements that we asked for, we just asked her if she could get our Winnebago, the two of us, Belle, the Jeep, and maybe just a little bit of road. She couldn't fit the Jeep in, unfortunately, but we love it. I think the sticker came out really, really nice. No Pro, hello.
Hey, No Pro. We haven't heard from you in a little while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so we're super happy with since No Pro just jumped in here. So we're just like super happy with how, you know, she was able to condense and just capture everything in here. Yeah, Ike's been with us before we even bought the RV. It's crazy that we've been doing YouTube for that long, because we started the YouTube channel while we were still in the apartment, way before we even started shopping for an RV. I feel like true. I think we were just like trying to downsize things
which
at
we
first.
need to do again, because it's gotten a little out of control right now. Like, I'm ready to just go and start throwing things. Well, not donating, maybe not throwing things out, but I'm ready to.
Yeah, and then like the downsizing spiraled into RVing and traveling, and it just worked out well with your work. And we were looking for a way to travel with Belle because she can't fly, and the RV, I mean, it just worked out perfect. Now, so our first RV trip, Solid Boss is on here, was with him in October of 2016.
16? Oh, wow.
October
16,
2016. That was the first time we ever took an RV out. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And that video is actually on our channel.
We laugh every time we watch it.
Yeah, so
I laugh at ourselves. I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah, so it's, Windrock. Windrock's awesome. I love that place. We need to go back there, Mark. Yeah, so I think, oh man, I lost my train of thought. Gosh darn it.
My mom says if you don't remember what you were going to say, it was a lie.
No, it was true. I just don't remember what it was. The first experience.
Yep, that was an ATV rental trip. That is.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's fun for us having the channel because we can go back and look at these videos, and I think that's still the main reason for the channel, is that we can go back and take a look at, you know, things that we've done. They're almost like, some of them are almost like home movies, I guess. If anybody's old enough to remember what home movies even are. Did you have home movies? Do you have home movies?
We did, but they were on VHS.
Yeah,
so they're not accessible right now.
Oh, see, ours are, I'm older. So some of ours are on like film. And my brother and I don't know if anybody's ever done this, but my brother and I have talked about, you know, taking the film and transferring it. At one time, it was to DVD, but now I think, I guess you just go digital. I guess that would be the best way to do it now. I mean, we got so much footage. But yeah, that's kind of what I feel that's what our YouTube channel is now, just a way for us to look back.
I feel like there's a feather, like literally, my allergies out here are crazy, but sorry.
Although we do rely heavily on YouTube to keep these things, because we don't have like a master copy of anything.
No.
Not usually. I mean, a couple videos here and there, but it would just take up so much memory that we wouldn't be able to keep it all. So YouTube's got to stick around for a very long time. If it were ever to start to go away, hopefully we get some notice where we could like download some of our favorite videos, like our Williamsburg trip. That's one of my favorite videos, even though nobody else seemed to like it.
You loved that video.
I liked the video. I liked the trip. I thought Williamsburg was really nice. But I guess we've taken up enough of your time, folks.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. You know, the live videos for us are still the easiest way to connect with you guys. It's like real-time interactions for us and comments and stuff like that. And to be honest, it's just a lot less work for us because we don't have to edit, you know, whatever.
Less work for Kenny.
Less work for me. We don't have to edit anything. It is what it is.
He's still not getting a tip.
I'm still not getting a tip. But I am going to make a video soon about the Jeep. My last video about the Jeep did really well, but I just went with smaller tires and I put some flat fenders up front, and I'm really happy with how everything came out. We're about to take the Jeep out to Moab, and if the Jeep does really well out there, I'll make a video of why I went to smaller tires. If the Jeep doesn't do well in Moab with the smaller tires, I probably won't make a video about it because then I just look like an idiot for going with smaller tires on my Jeep. And the Jeep's a lot of fun. I don't think you'll be disappointed getting one. It's just, it puts a smile on my face every time I get to take it out and go anywhere with it. Just even around the corner, anything. Yeah, just
makes
anything.
Excuses to
I make excuses to take it out. That's true. All right, everybody, take care. Safe travels.
Bye, guys.
We will catch you next time. If you were out here by the Sea Otter Classic, come by, say hi to us, and take a tour of a Winnebago RV. I do not sell them, so
you're just taking.
I'm just taking a tour for you. Yep. You don't. Yeah. There's no buying pressure at all, or selling pressure, or anything like that. All right, everybody. Thanks, Ike. Be
Bye,
safe.
guys.